Hey, good afternoon, Central Florida. This is Matt Allen with the Allen Real Estate Team. I hope you're having a good day. I want to go over today just 5 common misconceptions that buyers typically have when they're out looking at purchasing a home. There's obviously a lot of different misconceptions out there. These are the ones I see pretty commonly, and I have been in the business over 17 years, so I have heard all sorts of questions and misconceptions and things that just aren't typically true. But without further ado, I'll go through them really quickly. Number one, all sellers are negotiable. Simply not the case. A lot of times you'll see sellers that are sticking very close or at their asking price. Most sellers feel that they're either underpricing their homes or their agents have underpriced their home. So a lot of times they're not looking for much as far as negotiability. Sometimes they will pay some closing costs. You can get away with some very slight negotiation, but it's not always the case that every seller is negotiable. Number two, cash buyers beat all offers. A lot of times this is certainly the case. If a cash buyer comes in, they are typically stronger than somebody who is getting financing, but it is not a guarantee that a seller is going to pick your offer over somebody else's just because you're a cash buyer. A lot of cash buyers send in very low offers, or they put in a lot of stipulations to the contract that a traditional finance person may not. A lot of times with a traditional financed offer, they're putting down a sizable deposit and maybe have a little bit more flexibility in their closing dates, things like that. So it's not always guaranteed that you have a cash that you're going to win the bid. Number three, and I get this one a lot, the appraisal will determine the purchase price. I've had a lot of customers through the years where um, they feel that their house is worth what it appraises at, which absolutely is the truth. But that doesn't always determine what the agreed purchase price is. Whenever there's an appraisal done on a property, 3 things can happen. One, it appraises and we go along our merry way. Number two, it praises low, and the buyer and seller have an option to either go with that lower appraisal or negotiate something in the middle, or the buyer can just pay over the appraised amount for the agreed upon purchase price. The last option, obviously, is that the house appraises higher than the purchase price, which is good news for the buyer. There's not much the seller does in that situation. Number four, most buyers feel that once they have their home inspection done, they can hand that report to the seller, and the seller is just going to address everything in that report. Sometimes this can be the case, but a lot of times it's not. The seller will determine if they want to fix anything at all, because a lot of contracts here in Central Florida are printed on what's called as-is contracts, so they don't have to fix these items. But a lot of times to keep the transaction moving towards a successful close, they'll agree to fix one or several or even all of them, but that's not a guarantee. All right, number 5 on our list today is a very common one. When there's a hot property that goes on the market, multiple offer situation, I typically have buyers that say, all right, I'll just offer full price. That'll automatically get me the contract. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. A lot of times when there's multiple offers, especially in a seller's market, you're going to see people offering over asking price. There's a lot of thing that we do to combat that and to allow you the maximum exposure of your offer and to allow you to be that top winning bid. But it's not always guaranteed that when you put in a full price offer that you're automatically going to get the house. I hope these have been helpful for you. Please stay tuned. We are going to continue uploading some great tips and information about real estate in Central Florida. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. You can email me, text me. All my contact information is below. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.